With over 2 selections in Bihar Higher Judicial Services, 3 selections in Chhattisgarh Higher Judicial Services, and over 40 selections in 32nd Bihar Judicial Services. भाई साहब, हमारा साल तो बहुत लाजवाब जा रहा है। अगर आप भी चाहते हो ना कि आने वाला समय आपका भी अच्छा जाए, we have a golden opportunity for you, a judiciary foundation program where you will get to learn from a judge how to become a judge. इस प्रोग्राम के अंदर वो सारी चीजें होने वाली है जो आपको चाहिए। Interactive classes, exam-oriented study material, dedicated sessions for mains answer writing and for judgment writing. और भी बहुत सारी चीजें हैं, उनके बारे में और जानकारी चाहिए ना, तो नीचे दिए नंबर पर तुरंत कॉल करिए।
Hello, my name is Abhinandan Jain. I secured 29th rank in the Rajasthan Judicial Service Examination of 2024. I completed my BA LLB in the year 2020 from Army Institute of Law, Mohali. Following my graduation, I empaneled and enrolled myself as an advocate and practiced as an empaneled legal consultant with several companies. Throughout this, I simultaneously prepared for judicial service examination. I would extend my gratitude to Delhi Knowledge Track for giving me the opportunity and platform to share my experience and certain tips with you. In the description box, we have attached the link to a file which consists of a book list and also my answer synopsis and revision material for the viewer's reference. The first step to preparation for judicial services is a thorough understanding of the syllabus and the exam pattern. Now, the syllabus for RJS is particularly vast and you are tested in 3 stages: preliminary, mains and interview, and I will tackle each of them individually in this video. In the very beginning, I would clarify that BEAR Act is your Bible and it has always been the primary source of my preparation. Until the release of notification for prelims, my preparation was from the point of view of mains and descriptive answer writing. So for the preliminary examination, I incorporated 6 key things in my preparation which ensured my qualification to the mains examination. Firstly, I memorized the index of the BEAR Act because a significant portion of the paper is section based, and I revised the index over and over again. Secondly, I made several tables to help me memorize key facts and figures which are given in the BEAR Act itself. For example, I made tables relating to recent amendments and their respective dates, monetary limits of fines which are imposed under CPC and CRPC, maximum and minimum punishment for important offences under IPC such as offences against women, authorized officers for several action, time limits which are prescribed for certain actions under several laws. Now, these tables were a boon for last minute revision and ensured quick memorization. Thirdly, I made myself thorough with each and every illustration which is given in the BEAR Act itself. I understood the application of the provision to those illustrations and I revisited the tricky illustrations from time to time. Now, nearly 15 questions of this year's prelims paper were application based and almost all of them were directly picked from the illustration themselves. My fourth tip would be to keep yourself updated with the recent and landmark judgments of the Honorable Supreme Court and Honorable Rajasthan High Court. To keep myself updated with the recent case laws, I refer to the annual digest which is given in the live law, and I also refer to Pariksha Manthan, which is published by Samarth Agarwal. Pariksha Manthan organizes all the recent judgments in a chapter-wise and law-wise format, making it very convenient for the aspirants to go through them and revise them regularly. Another important source of judgments would be a new web page which is launched by the Honorable Supreme Court in September 2024. Now, this web page organizes all the recent and landmark judgments in a summary manner in a tabular format. And for the year 2024, the Honorable Supreme Court has identified 40 important judgments. Most of the aspirants are unaware of this source of recent judgment, and a link to the same has also been shared in the description box. My fifth tip would be to practice MCQs, not just of subordinate judiciary but also higher judiciary of previous years, and do not restrict yourself to Rajasthan. Practice the previous year papers of other states as well, such as Punjab, Haryana, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh. So my fifth tip would be, do not limit yourself to the PYQs of just RJS. My sixth tip to all the aspirants would be to not neglect the language. Hindi and English grammar constitute 30% of the weightage of the preliminary examination, and in my opinion, they play a crucial role in eliminating the competition. I was particularly weak in Hindi grammar, so from the date of announcement of the preliminary examination, I dedicated 90 minutes on a daily basis to Hindi grammar, in which I attended an online class by Mr. Kishore Sharma, who is a teacher from Jaipur, and I also used practice material which was provided by Sir himself and exercise books such as Raghav Prakash. So do not neglect the language. I focused more on conceptual topics such as Sandhi and Samas rather than memorization and rote learning based topics, and this way I saved my time and ensured my qualification to the mains. Now coming to the mains examination. The mains examination was conducted exactly 45 days after declaration of result for preliminary examination, and for this exact reason one should not await the release of the notification or release of declaration of preliminary examination result for preparing for the mains. The preparation of mains should always be continuous, and here are certain tips for preparing for the mains. My first tip would be to ace the time management by regular answer writing practice. Now, in order to excel in RJS, it is extremely important to understand the exam pattern also. Each law subject consists of 3, 4 and 6 mark questions in addition to judgment and order, and there is a specific space which is already allotted to attempt all the questions. Now, with a total of 3 hours to attempt nearly 20 questions in addition to the judgment and order, time management is extremely crucial. I was very sure that if I would manage to complete all the questions in the given time in a neat and presentable fashion, my qualification to the interview is certain. And regular answer writing practice is the only key to it. Before the release of the notification, I would attempt one full paper on a weekly basis, and during my mains preparation, eventually I would give 1 hour on a daily basis to answer writing. I used the JKILS test series, and I sought regular feedback to refine my answers and ensure the timely completion of the paper. My second tip would be to prepare a synopsis or summary of the answers to be given for every important topic. Now, this is your last minute revision material, and it should be concise yet exhaustive. Your goal should be to incorporate maximum content while using minimum space. So for all the major subjects, I crystallized all the important topics into 50 pages of notes for each subject. And I followed the same technique and the same format as I did with my final answers. The introduction should consist of the legislative intent or the jurisprudential essence behind the section, basically the why or the object of the section, and it can also include any Latin maxim or the chapter and the section number. The main body should consist of 4 important things. Firstly, the bare provision itself. Simplify it to the essential ingredients and use the key provisions or the keywords which are used in the bare act itself. Secondly, any other related provision to the said provision in the same act or a different law. The third thing that you can incorporate in the main body can be an illustration to explain any complex legal point. And the fourth thing that can be included in the main body can be any complex legal question which has been answered by the Honorable Supreme Court. This main body should be followed by 2 recent or landmark judgments in the conclusion itself. No topic should exceed 1 page, and you can ensure that during your final exam you can condense and expand this 1 page depending upon the requirement of the question and the marks awarded for it. This format and structure in your short notes give clarity and it shows structure in your answers itself. Now this is your last minute revision material, and it saves a lot of your time before the exam. Other important areas that I focused on when it came to answer writing was firstly the definitions, secondly comparison based questions or differences, and thirdly statement based questions. A prior clarity in answer to these questions saves a lot of your time during your final exam. It saves your thinking time, and it also reduces the margin of error. My third tip would be to avoid selective study. Now the syllabus of RJS is already very well defined, and you should not skip any laws. You should pay equal focus to all the laws, including the Women and Child Protection laws as well as Rent Control Act. Now the Women and Child Protection laws are essentially the same, but they have technical differences. So in order to avoid confusion, revise them regularly and make them as much a part of your schedule as any other law. Also, when it comes to dry area of any particular major subject, prioritize it less, but do not avoid it altogether, because it is that one question from a dry area of CPC or CRPC that you are able to attempt and others are not able to attempt, which gives you an edge and makes a lot of difference because every mark counts. Just this year, there was a question which was asked with respect to letters of request and reciprocal arrangement for CRPC, which is considered a particularly dry area. So remember, avoid selective study. My fourth tip would be to regularly practice judgment writing. Just remember that judgment writing is the deciding factor. The age-old notion that RJS can be cleared with theoretical understanding and rote learning the facts is a mere myth, because 20% of each law paper consists of judgment and order writing, and it cannot be attempted without conceptual understanding of the provisions. The core areas in preparation to judgment writing are firstly, identification of the legal issue or the criminal charge. Secondly, identifying the court which has the jurisdiction to try the particular suit or the particular offence. Thirdly, understanding the format of the judgment which is used in the courts of Rajasthan. Fourthly, appreciation of evidence and marshalling, which is the heart and soul of your judgment. And lastly, sentencing or the relief portion of the judgment. Now, the problem lies in managing all of this within 45 minutes to 1 hour for 2 judgments and orders, and the same only becomes possible with more and more practice. So I practiced writing 1 civil and 1 criminal judgment on a daily basis and timed myself. This daily practice increased my speed to identify the issues and the offence involved, and it also familiarized me with the format which is used in the courts of Rajasthan. I also attended a crash course which was organized by JKILS. And I also went through a few judgments of the courts in Rajasthan to familiarize myself with the format which is used. I practiced the previous year questions of not just Rajasthan but also Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh, and also the mock tests which were given by JKILS themselves. My one important tip in case of judgment writing would be that when there is paucity of time while attempting the paper, avoid the repetition of facts and focus more on the appreciation and marshalling. Fifthly, focus on essay writing. Your essay writing is as significant as your law exams, and it plays a greater role in your qualification to the interview and your ultimate selection. I was not as familiar with Hindi as I was with English, so Hindi essay writing was the focus of my essay writing preparation. There are 3 types of essays which are asked. Firstly, legal. Secondly, social or socio-legal, which is usually a contemporary topic, and thirdly, regional, that is something related to Rajasthan. I started my preparation by preparing a list of 50 to 60 expected topics. Now, your essay is assessed on 2 main parameters. Firstly, the content, and secondly, language proficiency. For the purpose of content, I relied on sources like editorials in Hindu and Rajasthan Patrika, and handbooks which are released by publications such as Vision IS or Drishti IS. And for the purpose of language proficiency and speed, daily practice and essay writing is the only key. I wrote essays and got them checked regularly.
With over 2 selections in Bihar Higher Judicial Services, 3 selections in Chhattisgarh Higher Judicial Services, and over 40 selections in 32nd Bihar Judicial Services, भाई साहब हमारा साल तो बहुत लाजवाब जा रहा है। अगर आप भी चाहते हो ना कि आने वाला समय आपका भी अच्छा जाए, we have a golden opportunity for you, a judiciary foundation program where you will get to learn from a judge how to become a judge. इस प्रोग्राम के अंदर वो सारी चीजें होने वाली है जो आपको चाहिए। Interactive classes, exam oriented study material, dedicated sessions for mains answer writing and for judgment writing. और भी बहुत सारी चीजें हैं, उनके बारे में और जानकारी चाहिए ना तो नीचे दिए नंबर पर तुरंत कॉल करिए।
Your essays should have a defined structure, starting with the introduction, followed by the history of the topic, the present form, its impact both negative and positive, a global outlook, and conclude it with your own remarks and suggestions relating to the topic. Now, this defined structure in your essays shows a well-balanced outlook as well as clarity of thought. You should enrich the quality of your essays by using statistics and quotations. I prepared a separate document consisting of statistics and 15 to 20 quotations on broader themes such as women, child development, education, technology, and they were used multiple times in essays in both the languages. Remember that in your mains exam you'll be writing 2 papers in 1 day across 2 shifts, meaning that you'll be writing for 10 hours and 48 hours. Now, this demands the mindset of an athlete, and in order to build the stamina, you have to show the same consistency as that of an athlete, and an athlete do not wait for the tournaments to train. In the similar way, for the purpose of building the stamina for mains examination, do not await the notification. Now, lastly, your interview. For the purpose of interview, you need to focus on 4 key areas. Firstly, know yourself, from your educational background to your interests to your hobbies. Secondly, be well versed with the state of Rajasthan, particularly your home district in Rajasthan. Thirdly, know about the current affairs and the news. And lastly, continue to have a strong grasp on the law itself. My interview lasted for 25 to 30 minutes, and in these 25 to 30 minutes, I was tested not just on my knowledge but also my demeanor. It is very important to stay authentic and confident. It is better to say I don't know rather than pretending to know and getting caught. So for the purpose of your interview, authenticity and confidence are the two key parameters. Give as many mock interviews as you can and you will excel it. So as we have come to the end of this video, I would quote Chanakya, who rightfully said that nothing in this world can be gained without losing, because even the heavens demand death. So to those of you who feel lost and who have not yet succeeded, stand up and remind yourself of the value that this esteemed office holds for you. Strengthen your will, reflect on your mistakes and journey, re-strategize, and follow your newfound strategy with the same consistency and perseverance. In moments of doubt, find the courage to silence the noise around you and tell yourself that if plan A does not work, then do not worry, there are 25 other letters in the alphabet. With that, I wish all the aspirants and all the viewers the best of luck in all your future endeavors. Keep pushing, your success is definitely within reach. Thank you.